Mr. Secretary, on Syria, you met with the delegation today. Can you tell us your impressions? And also, did you get any reassurances on some of the requests you made, including asking all foreign fighters to leave the country?
Yeah, look, I think that obviously this is a new relationship. We've now known each other and known them for 24 hours. So it's one that we think that a peaceful, stable Syria would be one of the most dramatic improvements in the region in a very long time. And we want to do everything we can to help achieve that. We have governing authorities there now who have expressed, not openly and repeatedly, that this is a nationalistic movement designed to building their country in a pluralistic society in which all the different elements of Syrian society are able to live together. They've expressed an interest in being at peace with all of their neighbors, including Israel. They've expressed an interest in driving out foreign fighters and terrorists and others that would destabilize the country and are enemies of this transitional authority. And they've asked for our help. And so we're going to try to help them. Now, obviously, we want to see progress made, and we'll take every step that they take, and it'll be a long road because it's been a long time. So we recognize that, but this is a historic opportunity, and if it succeeds, we'll have a dramatic transformative effect on the region. I would say that Syria is a place where people of different faiths and backgrounds have lived alongside each other for a very long time. It's only in the last 10 years under Assad's rule, brutal rule, where he gassed and murdered his own people, where he created chaos that allowed foreign fighters to flow into the country and use it as a playground to conduct external attacks, where Iran saw an opportunity to come in and sponsor their groups that turned it into a terrorist highway to empower Hezbollah. It's only in the last 10 years that you've seen 6 to 8 million people driven out of that country. So we want to be helpful. The president said if they want to take these steps forward, we're going to do what we can working with our partners in the region to help them. And I hope it's successful, because if it is, there's two routes here. One will be success, and we'll have a major transformation in the region. Or you're going to have a brutal civil war that will destabilize the region. We would prefer the former, not the latter. And we're going to do everything we can within our control to help effectuate that. Ultimately, it'll be up to the leaders there on the ground to make it happen, and they face some significant challenges, there's no doubt. The good news is that there are regional partners like Turkey, like Saudi Arabia, like Qatar, like the UAE, who are willing to contribute. And frankly, the lifting of sanctions, its first effects will be felt not because U.S. dollars are going to flow in, but because our regional partners will now be able to flow in dollars that will allow them not just to stand up a government that can provide basic services, but also will allow them the work of reconstruction. One of the things they expressed today, and they're asking for our help, is to identify weapons of mass destruction, chemical weapons, and so forth, identify these sites and remove them from the country. As they expressed today, they are victims of the use of chemical weapons. They don't want these chemical weapons stored in their country anywhere. But you don't just go in and grab a bunch of chemical weapons and put them in a truck. It requires technical expertise to both identify where they're located and remove them safely. And they've asked for our help in that regard, and we're going to be willing to provide it.
On the lifting of sanctions, obviously that's a pretty complicated process. Do you have a timeline for how long you think that might take? And also, how much advance notice was the State Department and Treasury given to sort of start that wind down? Well,
this was a road we were on. So we've been doing the work, the prep work for it. Their finance minister, we provided him a visa to travel to Washington, D.C. 2 weeks ago. Their foreign minister, we provided him a visa a week ago to travel to New York and met with our UN representative. I was scheduled to come here and meet today with the foreign minister. I was with the president when he made the decision to do this and included it in his speech. So we've been doing preparatory work in that regard. The core of these sanctions are statutory under the Caesar Act. I've had members of Congress in both parties ask us to use the waivers authorities in that law. And that's what the president intends to do. Those waivers have to be renewed every 180 days. Ultimately, if we make enough progress, we'd like to see the law repealed, because you're going to struggle to find people to invest in a country when in 6 months sanctions could come back. We're not there yet. That's premature. I think we want to start with the initial waiver, which will allow foreign partners who wanted to flow in aid to begin to do so without running the risk of sanctions. I think as we make progress, hopefully we'll be in a position soon or one day to go to Congress and ask them to permanently remove the sanctions.